Hey there, vinyl community. It's Joel coming at you from Planet 13, and this is my Record Store Day, April 2019 edition. I only wanted one album in particular from Record Store Day, and it's the album I got. I did pick up a second album though while I was there. There's a few more I wanted, but I held off. I was like, these albums are expensive, and I'm broke. I'm not really broke, but I took I went crazy last Record Store Day in November, which was Black Friday Record Store Day, and I drove up my credit card. I'm like, I'm not going to do that in April, um, because then I kind of miss out on albums I really, really want later on when they go on sale or I see them. So I took it easy, and the one album that I wanted was The Crow. So this was released 25 years ago, and there's a lot of hype around it 25 years ago, and a lot of hype around it for this year as well too. There's 8,000 copies of this, so it's not super limited. Um, my record store opened at 8 a.m. and I just kind of waltzed in at 8:30, went to a shelf, picked it up, and paid for it and left. And that's pretty much how I expected it to go because there was a lot of copies of this. I did grab the last copy though, so I guess I kind of got lucky. As I was grabbing it, like 2 minutes later, some guy came up to me and he's like, "Hey man, you gonna buy that album?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy it." And he's like, "Okay, cool, man," and he left. And that was really the only human interaction I had, other than the cashier, saying, "Hey, how's it going? That'll be $50." So this was $50, kind of expensive, but it's 50 Canadian dollars, so it'd be 40 American, where I paid for it. It is a cool album though. And like I said, there's a lot of hype about it 25 years ago because it was a comic book movie and it was the first mature comic book movie released, I believe. And Brandon Lee, who was like set to be the next action star, he unfortunately died on the set of this. Brandon Lee was Bruce Lee's son. Um, and that was super unfortunate. And yeah, that kind of sucked. So when you factor in it's a dark movie with him dying and the theme of the movie, and then a lot of the bands on there kind of had their own tragedies, like Stone Temple Pilots, Scott Weiland's died, and then Pantera, Dimebag and his brother have both passed away since. Dimebag was shot on stage, I guess 12 years ago, but now. And there's a lot of other great bands on there as well. Nine Inch Nails doing Joy Division's Dead Souls, and you got Rage Against the Machine, Violent Femmes, Helmets, My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, The Cure, and a bunch more that I can't really see. I'm just kind of going off memory. And it comes on two colored albums, one black, one white. So that's the white copy. And the black is only one-sided. The second side is an etching. So I'll show you that etching. And so yeah, it's like an etching of a crow, like the crow silhouette. So cool album overall. I do remember picking this up 25 years ago, and it kind of changed my life because it introduced me to all these cool new bands. And I was familiar with some of the bands at the time, but My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, I had no idea who they were, and I knew who Rollins was a bit from Black Flag, but and some of his Rollins band videos, but it got me more into him and other bands too. So I'll shut up about that. The second album I picked up just kind of on a whim, and it is The World of David Bowie. So this was released in 1970, and Bowie actually put the list together himself of what songs appear on it. Most of it are from his first album. I haven't heard this yet. I wasn't really that familiar with it, but I am trying to collect all the David Bowie albums. So I could buy this probably a lot cheaper than I paid for it on Discogs. It's going for like $4 on Discogs, some versions. I don't know what quality they are. I paid 36 Canadian. That's, I'm going to say like 28 American for it. So still kind of pricey. And it's just a basic kind kind of sleeve, not even anti-static, which I'm fine with. I can buy some to put it in, and I guess this replicates what was originally released, or what it would have originally been released in. And it comes on this blue album. It says heavyweight album, so I don't know if it's 180 grams. This is like a UK release, so I guess I don't know if they use grams in the UK. I don't know. Someone can tell me if they really care. I just found that interesting. It didn't say 180 grams. That's all I'm saying here. And from what I read on the Wikipedia page, Bowie actually walked in the record store and purchased a copy himself when it was released. So that's all I really got to say about it. I didn't know much about this album. I just kind of read the Wikipedia page quickly. I don't know any of these songs other than they're mostly off his first album and some additional songs that he added in later. So that is my record store day release albums that I picked up. There were a few others I wanted. They weren't in my store. They were the Green Jelly or Green Jello album. Serial Killer, I think it's called. I really wanted that one. It's got a song called Anarchy and Bedrock that I kind of liked. And it's got the song Three Little Pigs. I might search for that later on eBay. If it's cheap, I might pick it up. I know it's cheating not going to these record stores, but again, I'm lazy. There's another one I wanted. It was Brutal Planet. Not Brutal Planet. It was, what was it? Dirty Diamonds by Alice Cooper. That I wanted, but it's limited to 1,800 copies, so I didn't even think there was a snowball's chance in hell of me ever grabbing that at any of my record stores. And there was the soundtrack to I Know What You Did Last Summer. I kind of wanted to get that, but it wasn't where I was going, the record store I went to. And the final one I wanted maybe was the South Park soundtrack, and it came in a die-cut album shaped vinyl with you could get one that was shaped as Cartman and Kenny, and another one shaped as Stan and Kyle. So I kind of wanted those, but I'm not sad that I didn't get it. And I promised this video would be short, so I'm just going to shut up now. I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone else got, and until next time, take care.